Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Swabert and today we're taking a look at the quick play map Shivre City. First things first, what is Shivre City? Shivre City is a two-laned map with a goal on either side. Each lane has a speed flux zone leading all the way to the enemy's goal. Starting at 4 minutes and 30 seconds, citrus berries will spawn along the lane, healing players who touch it. These berries respawn every 20 seconds. Over time, you will gain the ability to instantly score your points on the enemy's goal. This is shown by a meter around your Pokeball icon. Killing an enemy player fills this meter by around 30 to 40%. When there's only 1 minute remaining, all points scored will be doubled. Taking a look at the wild Pokemon on this map, Meowth and Snom will appear at the very start in the bottom and top lanes, granting 2 and 3 points respectively, leading up to an Electrode spawning in the center of the lane, granting 10 points. Upon reaching 60% HP, Electrode will begin charging up to explode. If it explodes, it will deal massive damage to nearby players and stun them for a short time. The Pokemon or team that damaged Electrode last will get the experience and the points for Electrode when it dies. This will often be the first point of contact with the enemy players. Electrode spawns at 4 minutes and 35 seconds. At 4 minutes and 30 seconds, 4 Snom will appear near the goal zone. All wild Pokemon respawn after 45 seconds. At 4 minutes, Avalugg will spawn in the center of the map. When killed, Avalugg will give your team a damage reduction and cause you to deal damage to and slow nearby enemies. This effect lasts 20 seconds. When only 1 minute remains, Meowth will evolve into Persian, granting 3 points, Snom will evolve into Frostmoth, granting 5 points, and Electrode will grant 13 points. Finally, let's take a look at how to win in Shivre City. This map, far more than any other, extremely promotes brawling. With the speed flux zones full of healing berries leading up to the enemy's goal, this makes aggressive scoring a very easy and reliable way to play. This map also rewards kills with not only points and experience, but also with insta-dunk points. When your meter is full, you can insta-dunk. This map is extremely easy to snowball in. I found that this map is often entirely one-sided from a rather early point in the game. This map allows players to instantly score, however, if no kills are achieved, this will only be possible once in a match after 2 minutes. This means ensuring you don't die is crucial, as it is an even greater impact than in any other game mode. Because acquiring kills is so important, I would recommend sending 3 players in one lane and 1 player in the other lane. This allows your team a numbers advantage going into the fight over Electrode. Your team should be able to secure the Electrode and hopefully acquire a kill or 2, leading to easy scoring. The player that goes solo should take the Meowth and Snom farm, then retreat back to their goal to defend. Snoms will spawn near the goal that the player can then farm if it is safe to do so. The priority is to defend and not die. If the top lane is a solo player against your own solo player, they can brawl over Electrode, but be careful because the solo laner is the main defense of the goal. The first thing you want to do to give yourself your best shot at winning is picking the right Pokemon, held items, and battle items. When choosing who should go solo, you need a Pokemon particularly good at defending the goal. I would recommend Slowbro, Snorlax, Lucario, Wigglytuff, or Crustle for this job. Mr. Mime, Ninetales, Venusaur, and Blastoise are all solid secondary options, however are outshined by the first 5. When choosing which Pokemon to go in the other lane, you have considerably more options. In this game mode, having a strong early game and mid game is pretty essential, as this map has the greatest potential to snowball. A-tier Pokemon include Absol, Lucario, Zeraora, Ninetales, Wigglytuff, and Cinderace. B-tier Pokemon include Greninja, Cramorant, Venusaur, Snorlax, Eldegoss, Blissey, Mr. Mime, and Pikachu. These are all solid choices, and I would usually advise bringing at least 1 B-tier option in addition to the A-tier options. C-tier choices include Gengar, Talonflame, Charizard, Machamp, Garchomp, and Gardevoir. These Pokemon have considerable value, but struggle in this type of environment. Gengar and Gardevoir are too weak in the early game, making it very likely for your team to fall behind. They are quite powerful once they reach the mid-game, which does happen early, but this early fight can often swing the pendulum towards victory for the enemy team if you have a weak fight. So keep that in mind. Talonflame suffers similarly, lacking the early game power that some of the other Pokemon have, really not hitting its stride until hitting level 7. Charizard, Machamp, and Garchomp can be quite powerful, but have rather underwhelming early games, really focused on dealing damage to a single Pokemon, where in this scenario you want to be able to deal damage to multiple. With a low emphasis on farming, they really don't make much sense on this map, but it definitely can still work. As for health items, I would stray away from out-of-combat items and healing items. Floatstone, Assault Vest, Leftovers, and Shell Bell. The abundance of mobility, healing, and combat make these items very difficult to get reliable value from. Score Shield can be extremely powerful on this map due to the speed flux zones and the berries. However, it is recommended that you stick with your team in most scenarios, so this item may not be as useful when cooperating with a team. I also wouldn't recommend stacking items. This map is very snowball-y. That being said, the team that is ahead is unlikely to score 6 times themselves, meaning the team behind would be lucky to score even twice. Even if you do get the 6 stacks, it's probably too late in the match to matter. Also, don't use experience share. Seeing as you've leveled dramatically faster in this mode, its effect is nearly useless. This narrows the list of items down to these items appearing here. You have Buddy Barrier, Choice Specs, Energy Amplifier, which may not be the best choice on this map, Focus Band, Muscle Band, Razor Claw, Rocky Helmet, which you probably shouldn't use either, but there's no reason to not use it in this map as opposed to other maps, Scope Lens, Score Shield, Weakness Policy, and Wise Glasses. Now, for battle items, I would definitely avoid X-Speed, Potion, and Goal Getter, as the map essentially does these features better already. Full Heal is great, but I wouldn't often recommend choosing it in blind pick, which leaves these options right here. You have Eject Button, Fluffy Tail, Slow Smoke, and X Attack. Fluffy Tail can be useful for securing Electrode and Avalugg, but overall you are probably better off with a different item here. Slow Smoke is specifically interesting for the Pokemon defending your goal. This is one of the few instances where this item might be worth picking up. However, it still needs a serious buff in my opinion. X Attack is a very Pokemon specific battle item. If X Attack is good on your Pokemon of choice, then this can be a great option to secure an early game lead. If none of these options are appealing for you, choose Eject Button. Now that you've selected your Pokemon, you've fought over Electrode, you've scored, now what? Now you regroup near your goal. The enemy's only real way of scoring is by securing kills on your team, so if your team plays safely, they will have extreme difficulty scoring. Take nearby farms safely and stay together. Ensure they don't score. If you advance on your enemies, do it together. Avalugg spawns at 4 minutes and will respawn 90 seconds after being defeated. Avalugg should be ignored if you are ahead. If you are behind, your only way of winning is by forcing a fight on equal terms and winning. Avalugg is the best way to force a fight you can win. If they choose not to fight, then you secure Avalugg and have a great advantage in the next fight, taking reduced damage and dealing periodic damage to nearby enemies. Unfortunately, the majority of us will be experiencing this map queuing with strangers with no communication or coordination. This map, more than any other, can be the most frustrating as it snowballs so hard early on. The best advice I can give you is to try to stay with your team. The second best advice is don't die to defend your goal. When you are behind, don't defend. Your enemies likely have Instadunks ready anyways. Instead, try to group up and ambush players on the enemy team, specifically in random matches. Your enemies will likely be uncoordinated and easily picked off. If your enemies are on your goal scoring and you are alone, just wait for your team to come back up. Don't trickle in. There is considerable opportunity to come back in this game mode. It is just required that your team plays smart and the enemy team makes mistakes. If you want to learn how to win in Mur Stadium, click here to watch that video next. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I will catch you in the next one.